What's up, my brother? I've been gone for a couple days. We're still hanging with Mark and Dougie. We took a couple of weeks off. I had to get my tan on. I went to the DR, got some rest and relaxation. I came back, and Biden was still president, so it didn't work. My vacation wasn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? I figured I'd come back, and there'd be news I didn't hear about, but now he's still our president, and what a shit show, man. We're going to be talking about a lot of things right now, but we're gonna get started right off the bat, man. What's going on in Texas, man? What's going on with the trying to teach our kids, man? It's freaky, man.
Well, first let me say hello, Mark. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, and welcome to the show, everybody. Before we get, Mark wants to get right into the shit, and
don't play around.
Well, we only got 30 minutes or more or so. But yeah, I mean, how would you like to come home and your kid comes back to school? What'd you learn in school today, Johnny? Well, I learned that men dress like women and dance on poles, and that I could be a girl if I want, and I'm really into this exploration of like create like whatever, like this world of taboo. I'm really interested. I don't want to do math, Mom and Dad. I don't want to do math. I don't want to read. I just want to wear a dress and high heel shoes and get people give me tip money.
And the kicker of it all was, the nice fluorescent sign. As soon as the little kids walk in, there's like 10 little kids walking in on their field trip. They didn't go to the zoo. It says, it ain't going to lick itself. That's a nice little, Mommy, what's that mean? It's not going to lick itself. Yeah. What's that mean, Mommy? I mean, come on, man. What the fuck is going on? Seriously. Now it's time to really just find out what the fuck is going on. Are they trying to say, what's the worst thing we could fucking do to kids right now? What's the worst thing we do? All right. Think about the worst. Oh, transvestites, we'll take them to a strip bar. I mean, what the fuck is going on, guys? I mean, you got to really see what's going on right now. If you don't see what's going on right now, then you're just dead inside.
Hey, Mark, do me a favor. Put that mic in front of you, by the way. You again at that age, 8-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? 8-year-olds, like it's, it seems like the woke culture doesn't want to have, Minnie Mouse wearing high heel shoes and any of this stuff. But at the same time, it's okay to show men dressed as women in high heel shoes, big poppy boobs, glamour and all this shit. And listen, isn't it weird how every day that goes by, the conspiracy theorists that have been saying shit, you're like, come on. Now you're like, well, wait a minute. Some of this shit is actually coming to fruition. And let me tell you something. If my kid went to this school, they would be pulled out. You know what I mean? Right. You want to send my kids to this shit? This is education. I mean, and it's not like going to a drag show isn't entertainment for an adult. For somebody like, my parents used to love going to drag shows and it was a fun thing and experience. But to an 8-year-old, what is the purpose?
Doug, even if it wasn't a drag show, it's not the right environment to take kid to a bar where there's stripper poles. Even if there wasn't drag queens involved, it's not. But I mean, why do kids need to know at this age, sexuality? Why? Why do kids need to know sexuality anyway at 8 years old? I mean, this is ridiculous what they're teaching our kids. And as parents, you guys better find out what you're teaching your kids, because let me tell you something. This is not isolated. This is everywhere. I mean, liberal America is trying to take over. They're trying to take over.
Great point. Parents, you need to be aware of what your kids are being taught. And here's the thing. More importantly than all this shit, there are parents out there that don't give a shit. They don't talk to their kids. They're like, hey, how was your day? Good. Fuck off. And they go, they do their own shit. There's a disconnect. And this is why. And I think, that's what we're looking at. There's a disconnect between the parent, and there has been a disconnect between the parents, if there are parents, and the children. And then this is where they come in. We're going to now indoctrinate the kids. It was Joe Biden himself who said, look, when your kids are in school, they're not your kids anymore. They're part of the state. Now somebody's going to probably post some stupid shit on our podcast now, because that has been proven to be misinformation. No, it's not. That fucking Muppet said it. And he let it out, and those who are controlling him are saying, "Oh, he didn't really mean to say that. We're not going to go to war with China." Thank you for your stupid response.
Well, in Joe Biden's defense, he doesn't know what he said. So in his defense, he doesn't know he said it. So he has no clue what they tell him to say or what he says. He's completely gone. completely gone.
yeah.
I see emptiness in his eyes when he has speeches. It's an empty soul. It's an empty suit. You just see a glare in his eyes, like just a glare, like Jack Nicholson in that movie where they took his brain. What was
One
that
flew over
movie?
the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, well, same thing. Remember at the end of the movie, Jack Nicholson's just smiling. That's him, dude. He's brainless.
Yeah.
He's clueless. He's brainless. And you know what? You can't defend it anymore, guys. You can't. You can't do it anymore. You did it for a while because you didn't like Trump's tweets, but you can't do it anymore. It can't be done.
How bad?
Now
How
it's
bad do things? How bad do things got to get before these knuckleheads admit, okay, I mean, they used to say, well, Trump mishandled the pandemic. He held it down a little bit. He was too but here's a guy who fucked up Afghanistan, fucked up baby formula, fucked up inflation, fucked up, Omicron, fucked up, how many times is this guy going to fuck up and call himself, could tell his excuses? I'm not a mind reader. You're fucking mindless. And you know what? This is the problem. China is days away, months away from going into Taiwan. Yeah. And if you don't think this is, we know this guy's bought by fucking China. Why is he having an emergency decree? Just getting everybody crazy in this country to develop a solar shit. It'll take decades before we can replace oil and what it does with these types of natural fucking resources. So, it's a national, what they call it, like a defense pack, like they have to do this shit. Yeah, we really need all this stuff now, as opposed to just fucking letting them drill and let us. You know why? China has no gas, but they have plenty of elements where we're going to need to build electric cars. So you guys can say whatever you want. Well, of course, yeah, I'd like to have clean air, but guess what? I don't want to have to be responding or waiting on China to send us the shit we need to make an electric car.
Exactly.
So this is it's all coming to again, all the conspiracy theories that are out there now are becoming, well, you know what? Maybe he is bought by China because he's completely just screwing up the fossil fuel industry. And he's trying. They gladly are trying to make it so gas is $10 a gallon, so that you have to go get an electric car, right? And this is the way it goes.
Trump said something pretty interesting, and he hit the nail on the coffin, man, nail on the head. He actually said that people that compare Jimmy Carter to Biden are wrong, because you're not giving Jimmy Carter justice. Jimmy Carter couldn't handle crisis. Biden started crisis. What's his name? Jimmy Carter just couldn't handle the crisis that came on. Biden is causing crisis. He's actually causing crisis, which, it's we'll see what happens, man. I can't see him finishing the 4 years. I can't. And we'll see what happens, man. What's going on, in the world right now, everybody could see it. And that's the good news. Everybody could see it. And you can't hide it anymore. Even CNN can't hide it. No one can hide it anymore, And I love that freedom of speech bit somebody on CNN's ass. It's not one of the stories, but one of the guys was talking about women have two what was it, bipolar and something else. He said something silly. He retweeted something silly, and he got thrown off CNN for saying it, for having something with freedom of speech. He was making a joke about women, and he got fired from CNN, which,
wow.
Yes, that was pretty interesting.
Enough of Biden. It's bad enough we have to even have him in the position. But you're getting back to the this is Gay Pride Month, and so we'll have some stories about it. But Tampa Bay Rays players' decisions not to wear Pride jerseys stirs up some of the fans. Personal choice. Some people kneel, some people don't.
Have to wear Pride. If you're not gay, why should you have to wear Pride? Why do I have to celebrate something I'm not? No, seriously. Why do I have to celebrate something that I'm not?
Well, it's not about having to be like, you don't have to have cancer to wear a pink ribbon for breast cancer, right?
Cancer and homosexuality are two different things.
I'm just saying, as for you having to be involved in the situation to have to wear something, no. But in fact, if my religious background or something like that doesn't really allow me, I'm not going to wear that. That should be fine. Just like when somebody decides to stand.
Okay, go ahead,
Mark. It's just like if somebody wants to stand or not stand for the fucking flag. If you're going to do that, do that. Respect their fucking opinion. If a player doesn't want to be indoctrinated into this, like we're going to, homosexuality's got to be accepted by everybody or things are not good. No, you're not going to have that. There's going to be people that are, do whatever the fuck you want. But don't tell me to I'm all for it. No, some people aren't all for it. Some people, but they're going to keep that shit to themselves. And as long as they don't step on anybody's foot about it.
This is the point I'm getting at, Doug. And I understand what you're saying, but this is the point I'm getting, okay? it's not, you're not going against something if you don't want to wear a ribbon. I'm not homosexual, so I shouldn't have to wear the ribbon. I mean, I'm not against people that wear the ribbon. I can give a fuck if you wear the ribbon. If I wear a heterosexual ribbon, you shouldn't care. If they wear a homosexual ribbon, you shouldn't care. But don't tell me I have to wear it. It has nothing to do with religion. I just don't want to wear it because I'm not gay. It's not something I celebrate.
Here's what I want to ask you, Mark. Which ribbon do you think is better looking, the homosexual ribbon or the heterosexual ribbon? Which one do you think is going to be a little nicer looking?
But that's
I mean, the rainbow's pretty.
You shouldn't have to wear something you don't want to wear. If I'm not, listen, you don't have to knock them. And if they wear the ribbon, you shouldn't say anything to them. But don't tell me I have to wear it. I'm not gay. I don't want to wear the ribbon. I don't want to wear it. I'm like Kramer. I don't want to wear the ribbon.
You know, here's the thing. And it's like I said this. If you just said, you don't have, look, I can agree. I could say, look, that's fine, but I don't have to agree with it. And if I choose not to do something, then that doesn't mean I'm completely against it. I'm just not going to, I'm not all for it. Don't ask me to do something when in fact I perhaps are not 100%, with it. And that's just the way it is.
If I'm not a San Diego Padres fan, I shouldn't have to wear a San Diego Padres t-shirt. And it's not that I'm not a fan of homosexuality. I could care less about it. I don't think they're any different than I am. I don't think they should have a month. I don't have a month being straight. The freaking memorial gets 1 day for fighting in wars. You get 1 day. Homosexuals get 30 days. Why? What's the difference? So you're gay. Big deal. Nobody cares. I don't care either way. I don't care if you like women. I don't care if you like men. But I shouldn't have to celebrate you for a whole fucking month. I mean, why? Why don't you not celebrate it for a month?
Here's the big picture, and what's happening in society is that when society is asked to take these things in, you're going to have you're not going to have reluctance. You're going to have like people just going back at it. It's like I spoke to somebody. They said, "Listen, I had never felt any way about it, but I feel like it's being driven down my throat. I feel like every day, every commercial, everything I'm seeing is putting this homosexuality. Like, why is this such a like? We don't go around like there was we don't have the story, but there was somebody who gave a speech at a graduation ceremony at a college or something, and somebody was outraged because the person who gave the speech said you should seek." Husband and wife, you should find your, this and that. That was just the guy, but it enraged people so much, you know what I mean? To listen, if you're gay and somebody says that, go, that's their opinion. We don't care. We live our lives the way we live. And again, we don't want discrimination. You don't want things like that, but you should not have to sit there and hold fucking pom-poms. Yay, I'm all for the gay community. No, just fuck.
No. As long as you're not against it, just keep it to yourself. Just keep, not for any. This is how I feel about the whole thing. I could care less with someone's sexuality; it doesn't bother me. But when you start making it the normal, what the normal is what the percentage of people are. The percentage of people are not gay. They're not. They're just not, and it's okay. The 99% of people in America are not gay, or 98% of people. Okay,
you just said it, Mark. You just said it.
Why are we catering to the 2%?
They want the minority to become the normal, which is the indoctrination of trying to get more and more people to do it. I spoke to a school teacher and she told me, she goes, it's like kids today now, it's the in thing. Like it's almost because of everything that's happening. It's almost like, hey, I'm gay. I think I'm going to be, it's like, it's a suggestive norm. It's a way to indoctrinate. Hey, this is the glamoury side. It's not equal. It's about special. It's about, this isn't an equal thing. It's special. Like you said, Veterans Day, 1 day a year, Gay Pride Month. Okay. Really? Okay. Well, I guess if we're really gonna hold like, what is so special about it? We know that we want to make the idea of it. The gay community's argument is we want to make this so it's acceptable. We want children to accept homosexuality.
I think it's acceptable.
I think it's much more accepted than it was 20 years ago. And how much more accepted does it have to be? Do I have to sit there and watch a guy bang another guy in the ass and go, "Oi, I hope you're having a nice dinner, buddy"? Do I have to be at that level of acceptance for not being considered a homophobe? You know what I mean? So it's just. Here's the problem. It's getting to the point where the average person is saying enough already. We have a global war. We have a food shortage about to occur that is coming. We have major issues. We're going to have another escalation of this war, I can tell you. And now we're going to sit here and concentrate on, Listen, forget about little Billy who's gay, who doesn't get accepted. What about the kid who doesn't have a father? What about the kid who doesn't have food on his plate? What about the kid who's going to a shitty school? What about fucking, there's so many children that are suffering in so many ways, but we're going to just focus on this aspect of it? Why,
Yeah.
why do you think kids want to be that way? Well, nobody gives a shit that I'm alone and that I got issues, but if I was gay, people would pay attention to me. So, and it's TikTok. I was watching TikTok and these fucking weirdos. And there's always these people on TikTok with these live things, like trying to talk about these types of things. And they're like, well, and none of these people have a degree. None of these people have children. None of these people have, all they're saying is like, how dare you get mad at me for who I, fuck, enough of this shit.
There's other
Disgusting.
people trying to tell you how you should teach your kids. People that don't have kids are telling you how you should raise your kids. And you know what? How I say it, you give the kids a chance to figure out what they want to do. Okay. It's about choice.
Yeah.
My body, my choice with everything else in the world. Okay. Give the kids a friggin' chance. Give them a chance. If you want to talk to them in college, go ahead. In college, okay? You don't hand kids beers at 9 years old. It's because it's a sensitive matter. Okay, let them figure out. Exactly. Let them figure out what they want to be. And if they come to you at a certain age, then you open up the thing, and then you open up a conversation.
There should be professional counselors. And if I'm a counselor in a school and the kid comes to me and says, I'm questioning my sexuality and that's very interesting, normal, that's good. A lot of children are going through this. If you've spoken to your parents about it, you really should. They're going to kill me. Well, I don't know if they'll kill you, but maybe we should figure out a way to deal with this and then work from there. But to indoctrinate, and this idea of indoctrinating this whole aspect is really a way of it's again, it's just
when you're a little kid, you don't want to talk to anything. You could be talked to.
You don't want to
be a cowboy. You want to be a million things when you're a little kid. So you can't teach little kids things that they don't know enough about.
And by the way, enough of this shit that if a 7-year-old or 8-year-old wants to change his sex, that the parents shouldn't have a say. Any fucking grown up on earth that tells me somebody who's 8, 9 years old knows what's best for them, anybody who tries to tell me that any 8, 9-year-old, because of whatever they feel, that's the way it is, you fucking people, A, don't have kids. B, if you do, you're a fucking idiot. Because anybody who's 8 years old, they say, look, let's just worry about getting.
Would you let your 8-year-old make decisions on anything else? How to cook a dinner, how to drive your car, no. Okay. So it's the same thing. You're not going to have the same decisions. These are adult decisions. They're adult decisions that you worry about when you're an adult. And like you said, kids 8 years old, there might be a unicorn, like a 1/1,000,000th of 1% that actually feel at that age where they feel that way. But most kids don't feel that way. Most kids don't have a clue how they feel. They don't like guys, girls. They like puppies. That's all they like.
Let me tell you a long-term standing that Dick basically just shuts the case on what the kids don't know what the fuck they want. Parents for generations and generations have used the expression, well, if Billy jumped off the Empire State Building, would you follow him? Because that is basically the argument saying, well, so-and-so said yes, and I heard this, and I felt this, and I was understood through the peers in my group and people. They don't. And like you just said, if your kid said, Mommy, I don't want you to put my money in a prepaid tuition or a 529. I want you to put it in goober dollars. Okay, you must know what's best, Billy. Fuck that. Enough of this shit. The world's fucking crazy, dude. Expect crazy. And now they're trying to disarm us as well, so that when the crazy happens, it happens to us. We can't way to fucking do about it. That's what's happening,
Doug? Let me say something real quick, Doug. I don't think the world's crazy. I think a percentage of the world's crazy, and it's a small percent. And they're the loudest fucks out of everybody. It's a small percentage of people that are crazy out of their fucking minds, and they're out there on CNN, at least watch a radio show, TV show, and we think just like we think there's tons of racism in the world, because every once in a while, CNN and MSNBC will put on a white guy that attacks a black guy, or you never see a black guy attacking a white guy because that just doesn't happen. But every once in a while, you'll see a white guy attacking a black guy, and it's in the news, and it's all over. So we think it's just the norm, and it's not the norm. That's why it happens every 6-8 months. Right. There's 347 million people on the United States. Okay, very, very small amounts of times does this happen for that many people on this planet. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it is what it is.
Exactly. While we're on the idea of school children, our next story: California elementary school students shared Skittles that are made of cannabis.
Nice.
And boy, that school was, Nobody shot anybody in that school that day.
Well, you know what? In
Um,
their defense, if you can make a decision whether you could be a man or woman, you could make a decision if you want cannabis
yeah,
Skittles. I mean, they're
yeah,
8 years old, Doug. Doug, they're 8 years old.
yeah.
They can make major
It's
decisions. I mean,
that's
that's a
right.
decision they can make. I don't know what there's a problem here. You know, my
Look here,
8-year-old wants
Daddy.
cannabis Skittles. Go ahead, give them to him.
Yeah.
He,
Look,
he knows
Daddy.
what he
I
wants.
know.
He knows what he
Look, Daddy. Look, Daddy. I know you don't do cocaine, but I'm going to do cocaine. Okay. I don't care what you and Mommy do, but I'm going to do cocaine because I'm
gives
8
me
years old
energy.
and I know what's best for me. I like the way it smells, Mommy. I like the way it smells.
I was told by Uncle Pablo that it was good for me. You know,
The guy who
gotta
comes
listen.
at lunchtime at the school. Oh, fuck, dude. You know, it's moments like this. I'm so glad I don't have kids, dude, because to have to deal with this shit, you know, it's just amazing. You know, everything's just so reckless.
It really is.
You know, speaking of crazies, abortion activist ships during a Joel Osteen church service. And overturn Roe? Hell no. These fucking nuts.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm wondering though if Joel Osteen's attendance will increase if more women go naked in the aisle. You know what I mean? I wonder if that's a ploy he's doing just to get more people to come.
I know most people that are against it. You don't want them naked. You ever see what women look like that are pro-abortion?
Yeah, isn't it funny?
Nothing you want to see naked. I promise you that.
Yeah, it's always the ones fighting abortion. You know, the ones pro-abortion and stuff are the ones that should have been aborted.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And nobody's putting anything
know,
in their body anyway, so they have nothing to worry about. It's always
they're just mad.
It's always the 320-pound girl in black skinny jeans saying, "No, it's my body." Yeah, it's your body. Get the fuck out of here. With your body.
Keep it. Yeah, keep it. Matter of fact, you want to fill a favor? Keep it out of sight,
Exactly.
if you don't mind. Thank you. Yeah. So, but like I said, you never know what these people are fucking doing.
And I think most people couldn't give two fucks about Roe versus Wade, but everybody wants to be a part of something. I think that's it. I think everybody wants to be a part of something. I think that's why people protest. I think people just want to be a part of something. And
yeah,
I think that's what. Yeah.
Well, everybody, yeah, exactly. And listen, there are a lot of people that just want to be riled up, and they don't fuck. They're just ready to argue. They're ready to be right. You know, again, we live in a righteous society. People just need to be right. These Google geniuses, these hindsight Hindus, these people that after the fact go, why did they do that? Well, why didn't you say something before he did it? Well, I didn't fucking know. Isn't it interesting that you knew what not to do, but you had no idea what to do? Hindsight Hindu, baby. These Google geniuses that keep putting these, when you get in an argument on Facebook, they cut and paste. They put this line or story as if it's word from God, if it came from fucking Mount Sinai itself. Meanwhile, it came from some asshole who's writing fucking journals for somebody. He's 22 years old and hasn't left his grandma's basement. They're putting this shit as facts.
They never have their own words. You're perfect on that. Every time I've ever had an argument with a liberal person on Facebook, and they always paste. It's copy and paste, whatever from every leftist website that they've heard, but it's not their own words. Never their own words, you know?
Yeah.
So
read that. Did you read the article? Yes, I read it. Are you sure? No, listen, dude, I took pre-law classes. I learned how to read pretty fucking quick, dude. I read contracts and annuity contracts. I have a proficiency of reading through things. You're going to question me? You got fired from Uber, you fucking idiot. And you're going to question my ability to interpret and discover? Enough of this shit. That's a know-nothing know-it-all. These are the people that they think they're the smartest people on earth, but the fucking internet goes out. They're fucking dumb as a rock because they have no proficiency. They have nothing in their mind, no life experiences that have taught them things by true experience as opposed to something that was smacked in their fucking face like a windshield to a bug. These
either that, Doug, either that, or they grasp onto the thing they want to grasp on. You know, there might be like my favorite one with Trump is, you know, the guy ran 3,000 successful businesses, one of the greatest business people on our planet, next to Elon Musk and maybe 5 other guys. He's one of the top business people minds of all time, you know, and they always talk about the casino that that didn't make it or something. I'm like, the guy had 2,000 businesses, you idiot. He's worth billions of dollars. A smart businessman lets a business go when it's not doing well. He lets it go into bankruptcy because those are the laws that he used to make himself successful. You know, that's what makes him a genius, you know, and they're like, oh, but he went bankrupt. He can't. No, he didn't. He had 2,000 businesses that went great. And he had 4 or 5 that didn't. And he got rid of the 4 or 5 that didn't. It's part of life. It's part of business.
Yeah. I love that discussion about that. I've heard that before about the Trump casino. I said, there's only one casino left in fucking Jersey now, and that's
Hard. Yeah.
Borgata, and everything else had to close down. For various reasons, other than
Yeah.
the one you're trying to suggest. And let me also suggest this: what you just said, Mark, is basically the concept: you don't know what you don't know. Again, based on proficiency. If you've never run a business, if you've never developed a real estate project, especially real estate projects, it's not like you're opening a supermarket or some shit. Well, it is the real estate itself, but you know what I mean? Or a business like a technology company, real estate, that's what's going to happen. The more it's like in baseball, if you want to hit 1,000 home runs, you're probably gonna have to strike out 1,000 times as well. And it's these
Well,
people that never got up to the, it's these
it's a
people that
great
never got up to the fucking, it's these people that,
Okay.
can I finish?
Go ahead.
God damn it. So it's these people that never got up to the fucking plate that don't understand what you just said. They don't understand why that would happen because they've never been in that fucking realm.
Okay. The saying I was going to get at, what you were trying to get at, the saying is a famous person said, it might be Yogi Berra or someone said that in order to bat 300, which is a Hall of Fame number, if you bat 300 baseball, you go to the Hall of Fame. You have to get out 7 times. So if you, 10 times at bat, you're going to get out 7 times, even if you make the Hall of Fame. You'll get 3 hits out of 10. So that's the saying. It is, you're going to strike 7 times, you're not going to get to the plate.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a hit.
I said that in my business of managing money. The rich, you're rich, you make and it's basically the same argument you just said about claiming bankruptcy. I told him, in order to be a successful money manager, you have to be right 51% of the time.
Of course. Just
if
like
you're
gambling.
right 51% of the time, you make money. Yep. So you don't know that because you don't know that. Why don't you know that? Because you have your head up your ass and you think you know everything from a position of never experiencing. Welcome to the people that are on social media.
You got to try. And you don't know what's going to work until you try it. I've had several businesses in my life, a lot of businesses, and some are great and some are not great. And you know what? A good businessman goes on to the next one, the next one, and the next one. You don't just stop.
Could you Exactly. Could you imagine if somebody used that, the same philosophy? So what you're saying is that somebody who's maybe a really good person at heart and be great to marry, you're just going to look at all their previous experience and say, they broke up with people in the past, so they don't know how to. No. Things will evolve. That's what, and that's the funny thing about it. These same people that think everybody like criminals. Oh, we want to give criminals a fucking chance. Oh, like that story we don't have, but that fucking 17-year-old that ran over that woman in California and the baby. Gaston, the fucking district attorney, gave the guy 5 months in a fucking kids camp. Meanwhile, now finally the liberals in California going, okay, this is enough now. And that's why everybody keeps wondering, why are kids getting killed in school? Why is there such violence on the street? Well, what the fuck? If you do nothing about violence, if you do nothing to fucking smack people in the fucking head when they do it, then it's just going to keep perpetuating and moving on. Welcome to the democratic way of life.
It's like the one guy, it's not a story we're talking about, but real quick. It's like the one guy, 47 times he robbed the same Walgreens. 47 times. How the fuck do you get away with robbing something 47 times? I mean, because it's not, why wouldn't you go back? Why wouldn't this guy go back? Yeah. He gets $4 or $5 every time he goes. Why wouldn't he? It's so stupid. And then we wonder why, that it's so lackadaisical. The police, are so lackadaisical now. They don't care. If I was a police officer, I wouldn't arrest anybody. Fuck that. I wouldn't arrest anybody.
Yeah. Hey, our next story, not even the young people, the old people are still fucked up. Florida man, 77, punches friend, 84 years old, in the face, nice. During a round of golf at the Villages. So these are entitled people these are entitled people at the Villages. These are people, and he's your friend, Mark. You and I have been friends, I don't know, a few decades. I don't believe you've ever punched me in the face or I've ever punched you in the face. No. I mean, I wanted to a few times, but
I've never wanted to punch you, Doug. See, that was very nice what you said, man. I'll let this one slide since you're just a little angry today.
Come on, man. Let's do this.
No, you know what, man? My dad's gonna get mad I said this. My dad's 85 now. Yeah, he's 85. And when he was like 80, he punched a 65-year-old in the chest because my dad's a beast, but the guy was talking trash. They were playing pool actually. And the guy was just joking around. I don't know if the guy was joking around. I was 65 and he says, I'll hit you with the pool stick. My dad punched him in the chest. And the guy was like grabbing his chest. And he's like, You said you could hit me with the pool stick. He was like, I was just kidding. He's like, I don't know that. With a pool stick, they get hit,
Well, this story is interesting.
Man, people have tempers,
this story,
man,
No, well, obviously, this golf outing between two friends turned violent when Richard, otherwise known as Dick Randall, 77, allegedly punched his 84-year-old playing partner in the face, leading to the arrest.
Wow.
According
So
to the
you know,
affidavit, let's see, witnessing Randall and the other man arguing from the fourth hole. The man says it wasn't uncommon for the two to bicker. Yeah, it's like two grumpy old men. You had Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon there, which was a
exactly.
great movie, by the way. If you've never seen that movie, Grumpy Old Men, how fucking hilarious. Walter
That's good.
Matthau, one of the greatest actors, and Lemmon, fucking
Yeah.
great. Great
So
movie.
did they get arrested? Did the two get arrested?
Well, the one dude,
Arrested?
say the skirmish
You
happened
know,
April
at a certain
29.
age, you just let him go, man. You know what's funny? You know, just at that age, you just let him go. You're gonna go to jail for hitting another. I don't know. You know,
Well,
no
here's
one was
somebody.
hurt. Okay.
Here's somebody that should go to jail. This next story: Indiana woman allegedly tracks boyfriend with air tags, kills him after spotting him with another woman.
Wow.
You know, these air tags. You know, these are things you can put on stuff so you don't lose them, and you can track them down and shit. You know, it's like my wife. She has me on the iPhone Finder. You know, so wherever I'm at with my iPhone, she knows where I'm at. So if I ever want to be, if I ever want to go to an Asian massage parlor, it's got to be next to a Home Depot or a Planet Fitness. But they put these. So this lady puts the thing on him. You know, she's all sneaky and shit. And he's a dog. I mean, he's fucking around. But you know, he goes and then she follows him. She goes into the place. She sees him with the woman. They go outside to argue. She goes to pull away. She runs him over. She goes back and forth 3 fucking times on the guy.
Wow.
And then she stops. She stops the car with the poor guy on the fucking ground. And then she goes inside to find the woman. Of course, she wasn't sticking around. You know, it's like cheaters when you
killed the guy, but not the woman.
Yeah, she wanted to go and kill her, but she was smart and go, I think I'm gonna have to find a new Tinder date.
Yeah. And I always loved that show Cheaters, man. I always thought that show Cheaters was set up, but it's like it was too perfect. It was like, I don't know. It was always like perfect way they walked in, and I always thought it was fake. I thought it was kind of like a Jerry Springer type show.
Cheaters, but the one incident, it was the original guy, Joey Greco, or it was
stabbed.
one of them got stabbed. Yeah.
But that's what they got. When they said it was fake, they said he never went to a hospital. He checked to a hospital. That was
really?
Yeah. That's what they said it was. But who knows? I mean, it obviously happens, and it's got to be the most embarrassing thing on the planet. I'd rather get run over by a car, be on TV. Actually, I'd rather be run over by a car and just don't see my face.
Exactly. No one else knows about it.
Yeah, it's got to be the worst where you're sitting there and the camera crew, your girlfriend's beating the shit out of you on TV and your family's watching it. I mean, you got to make sure you you got to make sure you break up with this guy. This is not a guy you get back with. If they're going on TV, your parents see it, his parents see it, you can never get back together. This is something you can never work out. You can never work this out.
It's all on film for the world to see.
Yeah, 5-year anniversary. 5 years ago, Cheaters, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're on a date and you're screwing around and a big black fucking Escalade pulls up, it's time to fucking run. You know what I'm saying? It's just nuts. And boy, I got to tell you, fuck. You know what I think I did learn about that show? I got great respect for black men because black men handle that situation much better than white men. You know, white men are like, they have video of the guy banging her in his own room. It's like, I don't know, my pants fell off, and it's not me. And meanwhile, the brother's like, yeah, so what? I don't like your ass anymore. She was just there. They don't give a shit. They handle it so much better.
Or they say that I don't know what you're talking about. That's my brother. That's not what she's here with. She's sitting at the table with you. Now that's my brother in the video. They always have some excuse, man. That's not your brother.
A friend. She's just a friend, man. She's just a friend. She mean nothing to me. Then the girl gets pissed. What do you mean I mean nothing to you? Bitch, I don't mean nothing about you. So,
and I've had episodes where I've seen episodes before, like, I'm not even dating you anymore. What the fuck are you doing? I broke up with you last year. You're trying to get camera time on me?
Yeah. It is funny when you see some of those episodes where you can tell the woman's like, well, we ain't married yet. We've been dating for 9 years, and I'm hoping he gives me the ring sometime. Yeah, I think he's cheating on me.
I like this. He goes, I think he's cheating on me. Well, what makes you think? Well, he comes home with lipstick every day, perfume bottles. I see 3 condoms. I see 3 condoms on the couch. And we condoms. Oh, really? Oh, good thing you hired cheaters. Now we can find out for sure if that's happening.
Listen, my boyfriend, he think he's cheating on me, or like he says, his best friend is fucking a lot of girls, and he's using me as an excuse. God Almighty. Our next story is your favorite, dude, your chick AOC. Yes, what does a politician do when they actually have nothing to add to the world's in this country's crisis, right? What do you do? Well, you complain about a word. She's not happy that the Latin community has not adopted the expression Latinx. Latinx. Latinx sounds like a type of condom, doesn't it? Like, I think I'm going to go get some Latinx. I'm going to get lucky tonight.
You know what the problem is? No one's paying attention to her for a while now. Like you haven't really been listening to her here in AOC in a while. Like she's been kind of like lost. It's like her newness is gone. You know the other four. No one's talking about the other four that Trump called whatever he called them. I can't remember the four he called them. But no one's really paying attention because we all know they're idiots now. So now she has to get in the limelight. So now there has to be a word. It has to be something. Now lately you see her. She's trying to appear once in a while because she pretty much served her purpose, and now nobody gives a fuck anymore. But everybody knows she's adult and she has no clue.
Yeah. She tried to get in with Tesla, Elon Musk and stuff. And, I mean, so the majority of Hispanics, which is appropriate as a Hispanic, I think Hispanic is much better than Latinx.
Sounds like X.
Sounds like, I got to blow my nose. Can somebody give me a Latinx? I mean, what the fuck? And because it's something that's part of her, the squad, they want this branding of them to like, oh, Latinx and all these fucking, Cory Booker, whatever that one. No, the other one, the bald black girl who's militant as fuck. She's horrible. Yeah. I mean,
I know you're talking about. I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah. I mean, they're all useless. And then of course you have Ilhan Omar, who's married her husband and shit. And, but the problem is where they're at in that part of the country that they have control with the Somalian type Muslim community that's so much up there, which which by the way, which Biden brought them during when they were getting all the refugees in. Well, guess where they sent them? They sent them all to Michigan. So you're wondering why you have that representation there now. But at any rate, so yeah, you're right. AOC will be hopefully bartending at a Friday's airport sometime in the near future. That would be great to see that.
Some tells me that she won't be, that she's going to be around for a long time because people will let her be around a long time because she's a fresh face that they think, even though she's dumb as a box of rocks. That's not what America's about anymore. America's not about intelligent. It's not about Elon Musk. It's about these idiots that with fresh faces that say dumb things that everybody follows. Look at the Kardashians. They set the trend. You got 4 women that are almost billionaires that fucking are as dumb as a box of rocks. But that's what the country's got, man. That's what the country is now, man. We follow whatever we want to follow. Imagery,
it's all about imagery and facade. It has nothing to do with integrity, quality, character. It's all imagery and facade. Our current president is a panderer. He's not a leader. He panders. He's delaying he wants to give that student loan relief. They say he's delaying it for a certain purpose. He's delaying it to to the election as possible because he wants to tell these potential voters, hey, I just freed up $10,000 of your student debt. Look at me, vote for me over that. Forget that I fucked everything else up over the last few years. You're paying $10 a gallon, and you can't have baby formula and forget all that shit.
You notice this administration is the least spoken administration we've ever had. I mean, when Trump was president, we used to get on there all the day. The Pence used to come on every day, tell you what was going on. This is the least spoken administration we've ever had because they don't know how to explain what they're doing. They don't know how to explain it,
and they don't want this asshole explaining it.
And he can't explain. You ever watch Biden? He doesn't talk any more than 5 minutes. He can't have a conversation more than 5 minutes. He loses complete train of thought. Yep. Exactly.
That's his. Whenever he lies, he goes, "Well, yeah, we're okay." Yeah. Well, let's move on stories. Drunken Maine man arrested after trying to hide from police under a blanket. Look at him there. Nothing here, officer. Keep walking. Is this an episode of Scooby-Doo?
That's hilarious. Now, I mean, there's so many hiding places. Is that the one? At least hide under a chair or something. I mean, that's like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like it's I'm not here.
It's funny that you don't just see him on the porch with a branch in front of his face, like I'm a tree.
It's like the movie Scary Movie. Remember Scary Movie when the guy had the sheet? He goes, "You can't see me," and his feet are hanging out from the curtain. That's this guy. The office should have fucked him. Like, where is this guy? We lost him. We lost the perpetrator. We don't know where he's at. Right next to him. He's gone. All we have is a chair, abandoned chair. That's all we have right now.
This guy must be a ninja. Yeah. Police pulled the blanket off to reveal Dalude hiding underneath. Unbelievable.
Was it at least a child? Tell me it was a child. It was a child. Wasn't a grown
No,
man.
it was a grown man. Um, he almost got away with it. Delude was arrested for criminal trespass and violation of bail conditions. I guess that means he watched too many Christian Bale movies. Um, yeah, crazy. This story, I like. This story is your story
Yeah, yeah.
about the Broncos.
Yep, Walmart got they need some more money, man. Walmart's the top 5 richest people in the world. If you look at their salaries combined, they're the richest. Walmart, and I think that all 5 together have more than Musk. But yeah, they bought the Broncos, man, and I have a feeling that the Broncos are going to be a good team, man. I don't know why. All they have to do is
Yeah.
recruit some of the people that go to Walmart because they're all about 480 pounds and they're fucking fat as fuck. Just put 3 of those fuckers on. They used to have open tryouts at Walmart. Open tryouts at Walmart at 1 in the morning because those you ever see people at 1 in the morning. Some of them women would be pretty good. They have like
Yeah.
fucking ankle size Earl Campbell, but they should
Yeah.
have open tryouts at Walmart. Yeah, I'm saying it right now. Have open tryouts at Walmart and guarantee 2 people a starting position. Russell Wilson needs some help. He's a
Yeah,
good quarterback.
I bet. I bet. That's what they should have in the Walmart, right next to like the shopping carts. They should have that blocking sled. You know, you know. And now starting at left tackle is Cassandra Watkins, weighing in at 595 pounds, no college experience, no high school experience.
They got
But she
edge
has
too.
18
Most of them.
children.
You ever see some of the fights at Walmart? There's some hardcore fights. Listen. All I say is that the Eagles did it in 1976. They did. They had an open tryout with Vincent Papali. You see Mark Wahlberg, and he made the team. I guarantee you, one of those Walmart guys can make the team. I guarantee. There's one guy. There's one of those late night shoppers that every bit of 505 that just sit in the front line, just stand in front of the center. They just don't move.
Yeah, somebody who steals a TV, carries a big screen TV out of the front door and races out of the parking lot. He did it. He raced out of the parking lot in a 4.4 speed.
But the TV
carrying an 85-inch TV.
Yep.
He didn't fumble it.
You stop the guy. Say, listen, I'm not arresting you, but you're coming out for the team. So we'll see what happens, man. That's your work release program. But all kidding aside, I think with the addition to Russell Wilson, I think they will be a decent team. I'm not putting them like deep into the playoffs, but they will make the playoffs. They will be a decent team. Because Drew Lock was garbage, and they won 6 games with Drew Lock. He was garbage. I like Russell.
Yeah, good quarterback. Our last story of the day, people are talking about how disappointing it was that Las Vegas chapels had no more Elvis-themed weddings.
Now, what's the reason for
married? Well, it turns out that the people who own, the rights to the rights of Elvis, his images, and his, his brand, in a sense, I guess they were pissed because some of could you go figure, some of these Elvis impersonators took it a little far, so they didn't think they were representing the image of Elvis, so they kind of said enough of this shit. And then, could you imagine being an Elvis impersonator going, dude, what are we going to do now? What kind of work am I going to do? Can't work.
Some of these people got paid good, man. Some of these Elvis impersonators, they do Vegas shows and stuff. Some of them get paid pretty good.
Yeah, and I got married. My wife and I got married in Vegas. It wasn't with an Elvis impersonator. Yeah, we got married at a chapel there.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, it was good. We had a lot of our good close friends. We all went on trips every year. So my wife was like, who am I to you? Who am I to you? I'm like, all right, we're going to Vegas. Let's get married. We ended up like 15, 20 people there, friends that all showed up. So, but basically it stopped because now the representatives of the Elvis estate said, okay, just don't, you can't be that fat of an Elvis. You know what I mean? Like the people that run the Elvis brand are like, okay, you can't be 895 fucking pounds, and worry about somebody stepping on your blue fucking suede shoes. It's going to happen.
Elvis was every bit of 3 1/4, 340 when he died. He was big. He was a big boy when he died. But you know what? I'm putting a stand against Elvis impersonators, man. I think they have the rights. We have to. If we accept the gay people, we have to accept the Elvis impersonators. That's how I feel about it. Maybe have some gay or Elvis impersonators. I mean, you gotta maybe mix the two together.
Absolutely. Maybe somebody should be an Elvis impersonator and a Dolly Parton impersonator.
Exactly.
That'd be one hell of a show.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Well, that is the show. We got through all the topics, and Doug threatened me several times. I don't know what that was about, but we'll get past that. Oh shit, he's throwing down. And Listen, man, I can't be any happier. Life's been good, man. Doug, what do you got going on? Talk to me, man.
Oh boy, I'm excited. I'm heading to Florida. I'm going to be headlining Madcaps Comedy Club this weekend, New Smyrna Beach, along with my friend Nick Masick as my feature. And then I'm real excited. Headliner Steve Trevino, awesome comedian, nationally touring A-list comic, has asked me to open for him at the Jacksonville Comedy Club on June 16th through the 18th. So if you're in Jacksonville, come out to that show. I'm real excited about working with Steve Trevino.
Nice, man. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, me, I'm doing what I always do, man. I'm at my shop now, and looks like me and Dougie are next to each other, but we're several thousand miles apart, or at least 1,000 miles apart. And yeah, I'm doing what I do. I love what I do, man. Love waking up. I love working. I love being a conservative and working, earning my money. If you guys have inventory, man, whether it be Rolexes, Breitlings, cars, we buy cars, boats, anything you have of value, you give me a call and hook me up, man. 418 North Federal Highway. Come by and check it out.
There you go.
That being said, everybody, enjoy what you do, pay attention to your kids, and peace out. Boom.
Take care.